and we are broadcasting. And welcome everybody. We can see everybody joining. Very prompt. Thank you very much. It's nice to see
We've got
you
13 already.
Welcome everybody.
Just a quick heads up from everyone. Oh, if you can just pop in the chat where you're from, which men's sheds you're representing, that'd be awesome.
Absolutely. Hello everybody. I probably know some of you from Shed Fest last year, so we're going to hopefully offer you some different tips today and a little bit of info about easy fundraising. We're recording the session for you, so you'll get a copy after the event, so don't worry about taking notes or anything like that. You can watch back at your leisure after the event. I hope it'll be really useful for you. So my name is Roisin and I am a partnership manager here at Easy Fundraising, working with Men's Shed, without a doubt my favourite account. My colleague Ben is with us as well. Ben is going to look after our chat for us today and look after Q&A for us. So if you've got any questions, here's your man. Ben, do you want to say hello?
Yeah, cool. Hi, everybody. You caught me just having a drink of my tea then, Roisin. I need to do that just as I went for a swig of tea. Yeah, thanks very much for everybody's time today. Please do pop where you're from, or if you want to pop some stuff in the chat, please do. If you've got any specific questions or something you'd just rather ask us direct, you can do that in the questions and answers. So there are no silly questions. Please, 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 if there's something that's that you're just wondering, please pop that into the Q&A, and we're happy to pick it up. Just a heads up as well, we'll be doing a poll at the end, so we'll be able to get a bit of feedback from yourselves. It'll just take 2 seconds of your time, and we'll launch that at the very end of the webinar. And also, the thing that I'm sure you're all very interested in is our prize draw. So we'll be announcing that at the end as well.
Oh,
we've got loads of people in here already. Lots of people.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. Right, we're going to, without further ado, make a start then. We're going to a nice quick start and we'll get through it all for you. So welcome. So we are Easy Fundraising and we're here to help you raise some free cash for your sheds. This is just a quick run over of what we're going to talk about today. So we're going to tell you a little bit about Easy Fundraising, how it works, what it does. We're a happy mix today of sheds that are already with us, some sheds that I recognise. I saw Dalbeta, you guys are here. We definitely have met in the past. So there'll be a little bit of crossover there, just so that the new guys can just get the gist of how it works. We'll show you how to actually raise a donation. If you guys have a good understanding of how it works, why it works, much easier to share that information with your fellow shedders and the community and network at large. How to register. If you're not already signed up, we're going to touch on that for you. It doesn't take 5 minutes to register, so we'll go through that. How to get your network involved. This is the key bit for you, and this is what I hope you'll take away from today, is lots of tips and tools to actually get this out into your network, so that even though we're locked down and even though we can't actually gather together at the moment, this is a fundraiser that can be running for you all the time, can just be ticking along in the background. We've got some tips for success at the end, Q&A. There's Q&A in the middle as well, and as I say, Ben is ready and waiting to take your questions, and we'll do the prize draw at the end. So let's get cracking. What is Easy Fundraising? How does it work? Easy Fundraising is a fundraising platform where your supporters shop online. They raise a donation when they make a purchase with a retailer that they were going to make anyway. So they're going to make that purchase anyway. But if they do it via Easy Fundraising, the retailer will give a donation back to the good cause that that person is supporting. In this case, it's going to be your sheds. We're partnered with over 4,000 retailers, 4,300 at last count, and it's always going up. So the breadth of retailer is there for you to give you loads of opportunity to actually raise on almost anything that you're buying, whether that's tools to takeaways. That was my little nod to you guys today. We've been going for a long time. We're good at this. We know what we're doing now, and we can really help you to boost your funds. So 2007 we started out. In that time, over £34 million has been raised by people using Easy Fundraising to support their good causes. We're the largest in the UK. We love working with Men's Shed. We've been working with you guys for about 18 months now. It definitely works for you. So I think once you know how it works and where everything is, you'll be able to make it work for your shed too. And we like to say we're pandemic proof. What we mean by that is just that This is an online fundraiser. This is something that can be done safely, securely from home. And that's what we're going to show you today. So this slide is just to sort of put a little bit of context in it for us. So we know that this has been an absolutely crazy time in all ways, to be fair. We've been locked down, we've been unable to go out shopping, we've been unable to gather with the people that mean a lot to us, and that's been a challenge now for nearly 12 months. So recent surveys that have been done have shown that sort of 80% of good causes forecast losses this year. They are in dire need of funds, and more people need their service. And I know that to be true of Menssheds, that you offer a service that is so vital in your community and so vital for your members, and we want to make sure that you can keep that going, and Easy Fundraising will support you as much as we can with fundraising for the good work that you guys are doing. So I mean, not surprisingly, 87% of households shopped online last year, and that's for a variety of reasons. The main one being the shops were shut for such a long time. So if you needed to buy anything, we were kind of forced down that line. But also some people actively chose to shop more online. That's what the survey showed, that they were more comfortable, but potentially they just wanted to stay safe. They just wanted to shield that little bit longer. And so online shopping became far more okay with them. And we saw that there was a spike of 26% increase of people using our service to raise for a cause that they wanted to. So that's potential supporters. There was 26% more of them last year, and £4 million raised through online shopping last year with Easy Fundraising. So let's see how we can get that working for you guys. This is a slide to show you just a tip of the iceberg on retailers that are on Easy Fundraising, just to give you an idea. It's not just Amazon and eBay that are there. It's all sorts of retailers from every kind of category, from takeaways, as I mentioned, you know, if you're pizzas from Domino's or takeaway from Just Eat, to your sort of casual purchases with Amazon and eBay, to a car insurance purchase with Go Compare or Aviva, mobile phones, groceries, everything in between can be raising a donation every time you're doing it. And what you're going to be asking your supporters to do is just change their behaviour slightly. You'll never be asking them for any money when you're using Easy Fundraising as a fundraiser, which is nice. That makes a nice change, because the retailer is going to pay the donation for you. So how do you raise a donation? So for this, I'm going to take you to the live site, because I just want to demonstrate how it actually works first and foremost, just so you've got a good understanding of the process and the simplicity of it, and then you can go out and share it with your shedders. So I'm going to seamlessly switch to the Easy Fundraising website, and Ben's going to say that is okay. He's giving me a thumbs up. Thank you, Ben. Thank you. So this is your homepage. This is my account. I fundraise for a local Brownie unit, because that's where my children are, you know, in the grand scheme of things, that's where we are in life. So I help with these guys, and that's what I want my donations to go towards. So everybody has this homepage that you can see here. It is it gives you lots of information. This banner rolling across the front is obviously telling you sort of events and offers that are going on at the moment. You can view your profile, which will tell you in more detail about your shed and about your cause. Let me just quickly show you. So that shows you what I've raised, what the cause is raised, what our leaderboard is. If you want to get around on this homepage, just the Easy Fundraising logo here will always take you back to the beginning, and you can start again. You can view your own donations. You can look after your account up here. Your cause settings will sit in here, and you can promote your cause, which we are going to spend some time on later. But for today, for this moment, I just want to show you how you raise a donation. So 2 ways to get to a retailer. You can either, if you're just purchasing a kettle, for instance, use this shop to raise drop down box here. Gives you a list of categories. You're not fussy about who you want to shop with, and you actually just want to see who's there. Go to electricals, and it will give you options to pick here. Let's go home appliances, and it will give you a drop down of the potential retailers in that category that you could buy your kettle from. So you could go there. If you pick on any one of these, it will take you to their retailer page, and this will give you information about that retailer. Alternatively, let's pop back to the home page. So we're at the beginning. You can just search specifically for the retailer that you want to in this search for a retailer box here. Let's go for, if I can spell it, Wix as our retailer. Let's have a little look at. This page is the retailer page that I showed you just a moment before. It'll tell you what percentage the donation is for that purchase. It will tell you if there's different ones, it will drop down here. So you might have a different rate if you're a new customer with a retailer, or buying a certain item with a retailer might give you a different donation, and that will all be shared here. And you can also check out their terms and conditions if they have any listed by just clicking on that box there. It will tell you if there's anything excluded, so if there's any limitations or anything that you need to know. So all the information that you need to make an informed decision about whether or not you want to shop with them is found there. Happy with that? Happy? Yep. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go to Wix. That's what I want to
quick
go
one. Just a quick question, Roisin. We just had one from Paul. He asked, we have arrangements with Wix's and that retailer, but why not somebody like Homebase or B&Q? Why aren't they on the platform at the moment?
It depends. So I actually can't say for certain that they're not. I'm assuming you know that
Homebase and B&Q aren't. I just had a quick chat.
It's a shame actually, because the vast majority of retailers are on Easy Fundraising, but it does rely on them saying that they want to offer donations. So it is down to the retailer. We are always in talks with affiliate networks that retailers like that work with to try and make sure that we can provide them. So rest assured, we have a team of guys in, well, they're not in our London office at the moment, they're all at home, but usually they're in our London office, totally focused on making sure that not only have we got every retailer we could possibly have, but we're offering the very best rates for you that we possibly could as well. It's not always the case, so no, unfortunately we can't always offer every retailer you want, but the vast majority should be on here for you, Paul. And so this will take you to whichever retailer it was that you chose. You're now on their website. There's nothing that Easy Fundraising sees here, so you continue and shop as you would normally, make your purchase, and off you go. The job is done. If you make a purchase, you'll get a donation, and if you don't make a purchase, you won't, and that's absolutely fine. There's nothing you need to do else. The only thing Easy Fundraising find out from this particular transaction is the value of the purchase that you made, and the retailer will send that information back so that we can calculate the donation, and that it will then go onto your shed's account. So if I just come off this retailer site here, it'll take me back to the home page, little pop-up box just to let me know that I shopped with Wix, which I know because I was just there, and you're back to the retailer page again, and you can just pop back to the home page by clicking on the Easy Fundraising logo. That is in a nutshell how you raise a donation. Now I'm just going to pop back to our presentation for you so that I can continue showing you some.
I've just got a little bit of discussion in the chat, Ro, just from Ken, who said that Screwfix are obviously on platform, and he said they are part of B&Q. So it's kind of a bit of a workaround to getting a donation through B&Q. So thank you, Ken. That's a great heads up.
Oh, brilliant.
That's brilliant.
Thank you, Ken. That is a great heads up. Well, we love a workaround. That's very good. Good to know. Thank you.
There was just one other one as well, just in terms of terms and conditions as well. And thank you for all the questions. They're absolutely brilliant so far. Does this donation or a donation that you get negate any benefits that you might get, such as like a loyalty card or points or loyalty points or things like that?
Definitely, absolutely, and that T's and C's will always tell you if that's the case. So you will find that there'll be that a retailer will they'll give you a discount in some form or another. So if you've got a discount code, it's unlikely they would give you a donation as well. It maybe, or if you've got a preferred rate, particularly. So particularly if you work with a company, some I know menssheds have some sponsors. Potentially, if you're getting a preferential rate with those retailers already, you won't get a donation for them. And it's the balance, isn't it, of deciding which is actually getting you the best rate. Or is the donation better value than the discount? If the discount's better value, then absolutely that purchase wasn't the right purchase to go through Easy Fundraising. But if the donation's the better rate for you. If I give you an example of a way that I made Easy Fundraising sort of work for me in the past, slightly differently, but I had to buy earpods for my kids for Christmas. Teenage kids wanted the earpods, Apple ones. They're very rarely discounted. They are a set rate no matter where you buy them. But I was able to pick a retailer on Easy Fundraising that had the best percentage rate for me. So although I paid the same rate for them to actually buy them, because I bought them from John Lewis rather than Apple, I got a 3% donation instead of a 1% donation. So, you know, if you can really go to town on it, you can really make sure that you're getting the absolute best deal that you can. And that information is on that page for you to make sure that you have all the tools to be able to do that. Okay. Any more, Ben, while we're on?
Yeah, just a quick one from Tony. So just checking that when he makes a purchase, he starts his journey at the Easy Fundraising website. Is that right? So he'll go to the Easy Fundraising website and then visit the retailer through there.
Absolutely, that's spot on. Also, we've got a couple of other tools for you though. You don't always have to go to this. That's the basics, it's how you do it. But we're going to show you a little bit later in the presentation some tools that make it even easier. So bear with, and I'll be showing you those in just a moment. Right then, how to get started. So for those that are not already registered with us, we have a landing page specifically for menssheds, so that you can go register, and then we know that you're within their group. Any competitions that we run or any incentives that we're doing, we'll make sure that you're included. So go to that page that you can see listed there. It's in our emails as well, so don't worry about jotting it down, but it's just www.easyfundraising.org.uk mens-shed. To register, it is very, very quick, but you'll need this information. So I'm just going to run through what you need to actually sign up your shed. You need to tell us a little bit about the shed. It's a nice idea to tell us if you're raising for anything in particular, because this is what your supporters will see when they initially sign up. And it's nice to have an idea of what it is that you need. However, you could be raising for anything, and anything is valid. So whether you're raising for premises, or you're raising for running costs, or you're raising for equipment, it is all valid. It's just nice for people to know that that's what your aim is. Pop in a logo if you want to, or a picture of you guys, or a picture of events that you've done, or anything that just personalizes it. You can do that there. It's not, you don't have to. If you don't want to, just skip on by. And you can do it after. So you can always edit that in your account at a later date, both areas here. You can pop in if you're a registered charity or not. If you are, just tick the yes, and it will ask you for your charity number. If you're not, that's fine. Easy Fundraising is available to all good causes, not necessary for you to be a registered charity. Next will be how we pay you, main bit. So two options here. You can be paid by backs, you can be paid by cheque. We pay out donations every 3 months. We pay it quarterly. So your shed needs to raise £15. That's the threshold to instigate an automatic payment. It will just come out to you. You don't need to call it down or request it or do anything. Automatically, if you raise over £15, which will show you how it's very easy to do in just a bit, you'll receive your payment automatically. We email you to let you know. If you don't reach the £15, we also email you to let you know that and give you some tools to help you. So if you've registered sort of late in the quarter, so quarter is January to March, for instance, if you register late in February, maybe you won't make the £15 threshold for that payment run. It will just roll over into the next one for you, so you'll lose nothing. Then you are up and running. This is your page. I don't know if these guys are here today, actually, Ellen and Districts, but this is their page. And they're doing great, £700 raised. This is the page that people will see when you share your link with them, and they'll just click support this cause, and then they'll be a supporter of that men's shed. You, having gone through that process of registering, you've become the first supporter of your cause, and you are what's known to us as the admin. So you're the main person, and it's you that we're going to contact to let you know things about payments, tools and help to help you get your fellow shedders raising, help you spread the word to your community. It's you that we're going to talk to about that. The only thing a supporter needs to provide to register is their name, their email address and a password. They don't have to give any other information. It's not necessary. We just need to be able to track their online purchase. And that's it. You're up and running. You are registered, which is great. And now we need to get your network involved, we need to get your supporter network involved, and that is key for keeping easy fundraising going, keeping it on your agenda. The more it breeds success, so the more you do it, the better it will be, and it will naturally stick with you. So I'm going to move to the live site. I'm just going to give Ben a shout and just see if anything's come up while we were crossing over. Bear with. You got anything for us, Ben?
Yeah, so we've had loads of questions just about the link. So can they have the link to sign up again? I've just popped that into the chat. So if anyone does want to just follow straight through, they can do after the webinar. Just click on that link in the chat. And also just a good news story from Virginia. They've been able to raise a £58 donation for their shed by shopping with Dreams and buying a nice expensive mattress. They said on here. So not only a nice night's sleep, but £58 donation on that mattress as well.
Oh, that's brilliant. How funny, that's the second mattress story I've heard in a couple of days.
Yeah, I know Becky had the same.
Our colleague just, her husband was complaining of a bad back. And so they decided when they worked it out that their mattress was as old as their youngest child, so it's over 15 years old or something. So they're in the market for a mattress too, and also raised a good donation. That's something to look at. Okay, Ben, give me a thumbs up. Can you see the live site?
See the site, yeah.
Lovely. I am going to show you a couple of key things here to help you raise the most, to help you get the best out of easy fundraising, boost your donations. The first one I'm going to show you is we've got a refer a friend scheme. So particularly when you first start out, maybe not down the line when you've got everybody up and running, you'll be looking at other communication with them. But initially, when you're first starting out, you want to get your shedders on board and other people raising for you as well. Easy fundraising works best in its community, with lots of people raising for one single purpose. So we have a refer a friend with it, and it's in two formats. If you just see along the top here, if I can get my mouse, refer a friend is just there. It also features in another area of the site, which I'll show you later. But just for now, this is a good obvious page, so I can show you from here. So if you use your link here, so that's my link, and you can see it's got my cause name in the middle of it there. Your cause name would sit there with your specific link. You can copy it and share it anywhere. So you could share it in a chat like Ben just did there, or pop it in a WhatsApp, or pop it on Facebook. You can use the Facebook button there. It will take you to Facebook and you can copy it in. There's specific email copy there. If that's how you communicate with people, you could put it in an email and just send it to everybody and just say, guys, we're registered with Easy Fundraising. Supporters that sign up on that link, we can track. And if they raise £5, I'm going to make sure it definitely is. Yeah, when they raise £5, we'll match it. So for every supporter that raises £5, we'll give you another £5. So, you know, that's an absolutely brilliant way of actually boosting your funds just from the get-go, just straight away. And that's free money. That's really free money because we're going to give that to you. So that is the first thing, making sure you're aware that that's there and you can use it. Second thing, and it's just, I think sometimes it's more applicable to certain types of causes, and I think yours are one of them, is to be able to invite other causes. So because you guys are sort of community organisations, I think there's often a lot of opportunity within your communities and within the sort of towns and villages that you're working in, that you might find other organisations that also could benefit from easy fundraising. So a village hall, for instance, or maybe if you've got organisations that do the Bloom competitions, or all of those may have a need to fundraise and may not even know that online shopping can provide these funds. So bottom button there, which is to invite a cause, so slightly different. This is to invite a different cause, and you can earn 20% of whatever they raise in their first year. They carry on and raise 100% of what they're raising. It has no impact to them at all, but you just get this bonus on top. 20% of whatever they raise for their first year, you'll get in a bonus payment for your shed. And that's us thanking you for referring them. So a standard referral sort of model, but it's there to boost your donations and support you. And again, there's a couple of tools there underneath to help you easily share it. Well worth looking into, well worth looking into. So other thing I'm going to show you is promote my cause. So this area of the site is completely designed to help you share information about easy fundraising quickly, easily to everybody in any format, without any work. We don't want you, we know you're volunteering, you're doing good things. We don't really, this is not a job, it's not a task. It's something that we want to be really, really easy for you to be able to get around. Also, anybody who is registered to support your shed can access this area. So feel free to do a bit of delegation. You know, if there's people within your organisation, within the shed, who love a bit of Facebook, or they like to do what they can get the printing, they know somebody who does printing, then tell them this area is there and help them to get on board. So this area has a couple of different sections, if you like. So the tiles are all sort of ways that you can get started. So you can pick out different messages that you want to share. So this get started one, if we just click on it, it will give you opportunity to book a coaching call. So if you want to chat to one of our guys, we've got a team of fundraising coaches who love to talk to you all day. So they can help you, give you a bit of one-to-one. You can share to Facebook, let them know that you're in. If Twitter's where you like to chat to your shedders, you can use that there. WhatsApp, email, even if you've got your own website, there are tools to enable you, to allow you to put easy fundraising info on your website, including a button to support your cause. It is different. We know people are massively affected by lockdown and COVID, and you know, it's a reality for people. So there are posts that are specifically talking about that and how it's impacted our cause's fundraising. You can access those there. There's refer a friend info. There are new retailer offers to share, but this is a nice one. Everybody likes this one. So when new people come on board, we'll update this here. There's Audible there. I think there's Ben missed the boat there with Audible, didn't you, Ben?
I did, definitely.
Talk about bad timing. So also every channel that you could, so regardless of where you communicate with your network, there should be something for you, and that you can search by channel by just going down the side here. One I particularly like is this email signature and newsletter copy tab. Because you can actually put your, right at the bottom here, excuse me for scrolling, you can actually put your link in your email signature. So if ever you're emailing anybody, or if any of your supporters are emailing anybody, or anybody within the in the wider community likes to support your shed and they're emailing anybody, then just put that in their signature, and it's always going out, so people can always see it. And I'm just going to highlight these campaigns here because I'm going to come to them in a minute. But there are actual campaigns. So this one gets supporters using the app. This one gets supporters using the donation reminder and business purchases. I'll come back to those in just a moment. And that area of the site is where you can find the tools to enable you to talk about those things that will help it make it really easy to raise donations using easy fundraising for your shedders and your network.
I've just got a quick one, Roisin. Just from Gary, from Paul. Paul's saying, is there not a danger of repeating the same message over and over again? There is that danger. However, the way in which we help you with that is we're constantly refreshing information on the Promote My Cause section. So you'll see that change a lot. So even on a weekly basis, you'll see the Promote My Cause section change the message for the time of year. Obviously, when we've been in and out of lockdowns, we've had some kind of more sensitive messaging around how to fundraise during the lockdowns. And there is a calendar as well on there that will show you the campaigns that are coming up. I know we've got some really nice messages for Valentine's Day. So if anyone is out there panic buying for Valentine's, you can get some donations on some nice stuff there. So there is loads and loads of different content on there. So you don't have to worry too much about saying the same message over and over again to your supporters.
Oh, I would absolutely agree. It is so, for instance, as well, in September it starts to pick up a little bit, and we start to think about Christmas, you know, and it's just natural. The shopping naturally starts to pick up September, October. We'll have tools in there to talk about Black Friday. We'll have tools in there to talk about Christmas shopping. We run as well. Throughout the year, we run site-wide competitions. So as well as having the odd competition for you guys, just for mensshed, there'll also be competitions on the website that anybody can get involved with, and any supporter can access and get involved and raise for you. We had a winner, the Christmas Advent Calendar competition. It was a £2,000 donation. There's a church in Hereford that won the £2,000 donation for their church. It was absolutely marvellous. Last year we had a competition sponsored by Vodafone, £500 competition, and it was a local brownie group to me, actually, in West Bromwich in the West Midlands. So that in the summer they won £500. They were absolutely over the moon. And all of those sort of activity that's going on the site, we will put tools in within that area for you to allow you to easily share that information with your supporters, because you've got to be in it to win it, and people do, and that's just to keep the message fresh. Absolutely. Well, I'd say, but have it in. I'd just say do it maybe weekly, maybe every fortnight, whatever you think works for you guys. Even monthly once they're up and running. But to begin with, you just don't want people to go off the boil. They just need to know that it is something that is on your agenda and that matters to you. It's making a difference to you. That keeps it in their mind and keeps it fresh. But yeah, and also if there's anything that you want, let us know, because we will get it for you. Now, oh well, there we were on any questions. Did you have any more, Ben, while we were there?
No, there's a few. Starting to get some discussion around the donation reminder, but I have said a few times we'll come back to that later on in the demo. So we'll come back to that.
Okay, so let's talk about how to boost it, how to really raise as much as possible. So tools, donation reminder is coming. Donation reminder is absolutely
my favourite thing.
Yeah, it is. But the app is equally brilliant. So the app is free, obviously, as you'd expect. It's on iOS, it's on Android. It is loads better than it once was. You know, we've got a team of app developers that this is what they do. They work on our app and make it as easy to use as possible. People are so much more willing to make a purchase online on their mobile device now. It has to be a good and tidy app. So we have a tip for you with the app. We would say keep your app on your main page, whether that be on your phone, on your tablet, on your iPad, whatever you're using. Move the retailer apps to another page so they're a little bit out of sight. Keep the E next to your emails or your messages or those apps that you're using all the time. And then when you do decide I'm going to make a purchase from Amazon, those sort of impulse smaller purchases that we're not too, we don't need to go and investigate and research. We just think, yeah, that's a book, I'm going to buy it, I like it, I want it. Instead of going straight to Amazon, you go to the E first, because it's the first thing you see when you open your phone. Then you go to Amazon. It's likely it will be the first thing on your panel when you open the app, because it's such a popular retailer. And then you're in Amazon's website, and then you make your purchase as you would normally. It is it's one behaviour change to just get a donation every time you do that. And the reason it's a small donation, 0.5% with Amazon, but because it's little and often, because people are so often buying with such regularity, that very, very quickly builds. So first tip, get the app. And as I mentioned in promote my cause area of the website, there are tools specifically. So as you mentioned earlier, we need to freshen up the message. We've sent the same thing, sign up, how many times? Then you start to think, well, I'll send a different message actually now. And it's just, did you know there's an app? It's so easy to use. I actually can't believe how many people don't know there's an app. I find that amazing, but it is, once people know, that's just another way that they know that they can raise for you. So use those tools to help you let people know that it's there, and then they can make good use of that. And then the donation reminder. So donation reminder is a toolbar, sits in your toolbar to let you know if a retailer is registered with Easy Fundraising, and if there's a donation available. You download it during your sign-up journey. You're prompted to, if you need it, if you want it, you can download it there and then. So we offer it right at the beginning if you sign up on a desktop or a laptop. If you choose not to there, you can access it again in your home page. There's a little bar which says donation reminder and that will take you to how to actually register, how to add it onto your whichever browser that you're on, and your machine that you're on. Laptops and desktop only. It's not available on mobile devices yet, but it's coming. So that those app guys, they're working on it. I've seen some work on it. So they, as soon as we can, we will get that onto mobile devices, because we know that that's what people want. But it is really quite complicated to do, so they're working on it. The donation reminder works in a couple of ways. So you can either go to Google as you would normally, and if you've got the donation reminder installed and you go to John Lewis from Google, open their site, the donation reminder will pop up and say, do you want to activate a donation, just as it says there, or collect a donation? Just click yes if you do, click no if you're just browsing and you don't want to. It will reappear at the checkout if you do go ahead and make a purchase. The other way it works is if you are looking for something specific. So I'll just go back to that kettle analogy. You put in kettle into Google, it will bring up all the retailers that you could potentially buy a kettle from. The first couple will be the sponsored Google ads that are paid for to be there. But below that, if you've got the donation reminder installed, the retailers that show will have, if they're an Easy Fundraising retailer beside them, what the rate is beside them, which is how I was able to get the best rate on my earpods that I bought before Christmas, because I could see the best rates very quickly there. And also, if you click out from that link, you'll get a donation. So you don't need to go to the website. You don't need to do anything differently. That donation reminder means that you will never miss a donation, because it will always remind you that it's there. And that's human nature. We forget. It's not always in the front of our mind that we want to raise a donation when we're booking a holiday, but it's good to know that it will pop up for you. The other thing that the donation reminder is good for is the donation rates. If they are different, you will see them in the list. So sorry, I think I may have repeated the brilliance of the donation reminder there. Ben, has that pulled up any questions?
We've got a couple of different ones, but I will pick up the one that we talked about around donation reminder. So Gary put a really good suggestion on there that across their social media, what they tend to do is share a particular tool or a specific item that members might be interested in, and how could they try and get a donation on that. So I did write in the chat that there is, obviously we would encourage you to say that the retailer that is available from, and that people should go to Easy Fundraising first and then buy that specific item. Or this is where we got to the donation reminder. If you've got the donation reminder, you could just share that link out to all of your members and say, actually, here's a tool, it's available at Wix's. And then when they hit the Wix's site, they will be prompted to activate that donation. So sorry if that's a little bit of a long-winded one,
what a brilliant idea. That's a great idea.
I thought the same. That was brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. Because if you're talking about it in normal conversation, people they do start to think, oh, it stays in their mind. People with a donation reminder stick, because it's so easy, they don't ever think about it. So those supporters stay with you for years and years, because it's very, very easy. And the other thing about the donation reminder is, if you'll find a retailer you had no idea was on the site. There are 4,300 retailers. So it was actually the mattress story. The other mattress story I've heard this week was, I can't actually remember the retailer now, but it was I'd never heard of that retailer, but because the person who was buying the mattress had the donation reminder installed, it popped up. So it's a really, really good bit of kit. You download it onto your laptop or desktop. There's tools in the Promote My Cause area to help you tell other people about it. It's an absolute, get the donation reminder is our top tip.
Yeah, definitely. We did have Paul asked if that's available for Microsoft Edge, and it is available for Microsoft Edge.
It is. There was a time, Paul, you're right, where when Microsoft Edge first arrived, we weren't ready for it, but we are now. So we're on all of them now. Right, a couple of ways of getting big donations. This is what I wanted to talk to you about, is just to draw your attention to. Amazon is brilliant, 0.5% on all our little bits and pieces is great, but there are opportunities to raise much bigger donations. We work on about £25 average supporter will raise in a year, £25. But the potential for that to be so much more, I raise much more than that. Is massive, and so I just want to show you a couple of the ways that where that matters. Annual purchases. So these are measured, thought through purchases that we all have to do every year. So our car insurance, or our home insurance, or pets, or it might be mobile phones, energy that we'll look at. All of those things, those sort of boring adult things actually, but they have to happen, and we do invariably do now certainly all of those sort of purchases online, because the sort of days of going into a broker have long gone really. I know when I first insured my car, I used to go to a local broker at the bottom of our road, but that's how old I am.
Showing your age now, Roisin.
I know, but I love a bit of compare the market now. I'm living the dream now. So all of those purchases, because they are annual, that retailer really wants your business, the donations are often much larger. So you'll invariably get rather than a percentage, you're likely to get a flat rate, and that could be 15, 20, 25, 30. There's retailers on the site with donations in the hundreds, but they are for very specific things like investments or that sort of thing. But they're on there. There is potential to raise loads and loads. But just normal purchases. I'm going to insure my car. I'm going to renew my mobile phone policy. All of those can be raising you a donation, and they're the ones you don't want to miss. Now, things to consider. If you're renewing a policy with an existing insurer or mobile phone provider, for instance, you're unlikely to get a donation. It's worth checking in the T's and C's, but unless you're actually making a purchase from Easy Fundraising as a new customer, it's unlikely you'd get a donation, because that retailer's already got your business as far as they're concerned, probably giving you a preferential rate in your renewal. But we know that rarely happens these days. We know, but you don't get rewarded for being a loyal customer anymore. Now the reward is in the new business. That's what all of these companies want. They want new people on, and so often being a new customer makes you a far more a good idea for that retailer, and a far better donation for you as a consumer. So always check it out. I would say always have a look at the new deal. If you're going to go for a renewal, chances are you won't get a donation. But if you're getting a better deal, do you know what? That's fine, isn't it? You don't get a donation on absolutely everything that you ever buy. I mean, it's brilliant if you can. But if you're getting a great deal on your renewal, then that's fine. You didn't raise a donation on that purchase. But do think about your pet or your travel or your mobile phone. Because that, and again, there's tools in Promote My Cause for you to be able to tell your supporters and tell other people in the community that this is the way they can raise for you. How you doing, Ben?
Yeah, good. I was just picking up a question and discussing Amazon Smile. I don't know if you want to pick that up now.
Yeah, good shout actually. So yep. Amazon, So Amazon Smile is just the same thing as Easy Fundraising, exactly the same rate. Amazon Smile, you have to be a registered charity to use them. So we've worked with Amazon for years and years, big supporters of what we do, thankfully, and they still want you to be able to raise with them if you're not a registered charity, but they can't facilitate that through Amazon Smile because they just don't have the validation in place to be able to do that. So the last year, it was the year before, we changed our process slightly with Amazon Smile. When you register with Easy Fundraising, you register as a registered charity and you put your details in. It changes the journey you have when you buy with Amazon. So you will go, we will take you and your supporters, your shedders, and everyone else who's actually supporting your shed. When they choose Amazon through Easy Fundraising, we will take you to Amazon Smile and you'll raise your donation via that. If you're not a registered charity, haven't put that detail in, so we capture that information, as I say, when you sign up. We will just take you to Amazon as normal, and you'll raise as normal, and your Amazon donations will be included in with all the other donations you've raised from all the other stores in your Easy Fundraising payments every quarter. Other points to note with Amazon. Amazon are unique. They are very different. They don't work with a donation reminder. So if you want to make a purchase from Amazon, you either have to go to our website and put in Amazon, we have to use the app and put in Amazon. It won't just activate a donation for you, unfortunately. And another key point, always make sure when you start with Amazon that your basket's empty and you add the things in that you want to buy. Because again, if you already have items in your basket, Amazon will consider that they already had the business. It didn't come via Easy Fundraising. So it's just a couple of differences with Amazon. Have I missed any others, Ben? Is there anything else with Amazon?
No, I think you're spot on. I think it's just that point that it is Amazon Smile is just for charities. It can get a little bit complicated when and Virginia was saying she's looking at registering with Amazon Smile. It can be a bit complicated of understanding if you qualify or not. But we can provide you some more information about that, and I'm going to send Virginia some information afterwards, just with a bit of a breakdown of how to do that. So if that's something you do want, just let us know. We help loads and loads of causes go through that. I suppose conundrum of can they use Smile or not, and people are usually very disappointed when they find they can't use Smile, but actually that's where it works out really well with us, because we open up the biggest online retailer to get donations for you.
Absolutely. And Amazon don't work with everybody, but they do work with us. So the bottom line is you can still raise a donation with Amazon, whether that is just how you get it, whether you get it from Amazon Smile, you get it from us, but you definitely still can. And it's great to have, because as I say, it might be a small rate, but it's little and often everybody's using them. And because if they're using them, they're regularly going to our site or regularly using our app, that means they're regularly using Easy Fundraising, and that means it keeps it in their mind, and that's a really good show. That's a really positive part of it. So other ways, I know we're not going anywhere at the moment, guys, but I just wanted to put in that holidays are another key area. So not right now, absolutely, but in the future, something to consider. There's campaigns to help you. When we do come out of this and we do start to look up and able to potentially travel and move around again safely, then this is something to consider. I won't dwell on it, but it is just to sort of raise its awareness that, you know, a holiday can raise hundreds for you. It really can. Booking.com will give you a donation on all of your stays, wherever you're going. They'll give you a donation. So weekends away or fortnights in France, make sure you're checking this. Your holiday purchase is via Easy Fundraising. The rate will always be the same. There'll never be any change to the price that you pay. It's the retailer that's paying the donation on top, so it's always worth a shout. And then this is the one that I really wanted to talk to you about, because I really think it will make a difference to you guys, is buying for business. So we know that people who are buying for business, so that they have the need to make purchases for the company that they work for or the company that they own, will shop far more online. They need much more online and bigger value. So that if you have people within your shed or within your family or your wider community or your network who own their own business, are responsible for buying for their company, speak to them about how they could use Easy Fundraising to support you. Now works three ways. It could be that you buy something, that you are potentially, you've got train travel when we're moving about again, or overnight stays anywhere. If you were gonna make a purchase of something you're going to claim back from an employer, you can very easily, you carry on and do that as you would normally. Your receipt would be the same, everything would be the same. The donation that the retailer is paying is on top and behind the scenes. It doesn't feature anywhere, so your expenses remain the same. You can, so you think about your own first and foremost. Do you buy anything for your shed? Is there anything that, are you regularly buying tea and coffee from somewhere? Are you regularly buying tools and equipment? And do you help people with travel? Any of that, you can be doing that through Easy Fundraising and raising for your own shed through your own purchases. Your network, so all of your supporters can be doing the same. They can be talking to their friends and family, their community, people, it might be their business, so they can look at their business contacts. And then the third way, the other way that business can really support you, is within the community. So if you are potentially have businesses within the community, maybe you do something for them because you're a shed, and you help them with making things or repairing things, or in return they could do this for you. They could just put their business buying through Easy Fundraising for you. Maybe it's just a local business that likes to support their community and organisations within their community. It could just be the estate agent at the end of the road like to support what you do, and you're on good terms with them, and they are buying printers and printer ink and new hardware, all working at home. People have had to have new computers, new desks, new chairs. Then not looking at anybody there. But so you might need new things, new items, just because we're all working from home in lockdown, and all of those purchases could be generating really good donations for your shed. I'm going to show you my account now.
Just had a quick question here from Michael. Is there any tie-up with PayPal? I assume that might mean, is there any delay or anything in terms of payments through PayPal? I don't know if you want to cover that off.
If a retailer excludes a donation that is paid for through PayPal, and that might be the case, it would be rare, but it might be because there might be a tracking issue. So it might be that because you have to make the payments to the retailer has to come back to us and tell us that you made a payment, and that gets converted into a donation. So if there's a disconnect because of a PayPal process, it may be that it breaks the connection and it would cause a problem with your donation. Check out the T's and C's on the retailer. If you're going to be buying something with PayPal, just have a little look. If it doesn't specifically say anything and you don't get the donation, submit it as a missing donation to our team and we'll look into it for you, because it might be that we just don't know that that's an issue, and then we can find out for you and try and resolve it as best we can.
I know I pay pretty much exclusively through PayPal and have never had any issues with it. It should be a
great question, because it could be. And I would hate, as I say, 4,000 retailers, all with their very own list of specific things that need to happen. But you just keep in touch with us. Let us know if you have any problems. We will help you. We've got a team who look after all things donation specifically for this for you. Right, I am going to quickly go back to the what can you see, Ben? Have I shared my my account?
No, I can just see the slides.
Right, bear with me 1 second. I am just going to go back to the website. I just want to show you my account, how you can actually see a bit of information about your shed, how you're doing, how your supporters are doing. So can you see the live site again, Ben?
Yeah.
Right, guys, this is about just having, I just want to give you a little bit of insight into how you can see what's happening with your shed. This is your homepage. You're back to where you started. There's a couple of ways to get around. Most ways of getting to different places on Easy Fundraising. You can go in a couple of ways, but this area, this square here, is what we call the donuts, a technical term at the moment. But this gives you some insight into who is raising for you, how they're doing, and also gives you just a bit more information. So I'm going to click on view breakdown of your supporter activity here. And this area, and you can do as much as you like here. You can filter to last 7 days. Perhaps if you wanted to just keep an eye on, if you put some stuff out, you wanted to see how much success it had, you could use this and just say, well, in the last 7 days, X amount was raised. Maybe people were looking at our posts or our information. Down the bottom, just scroll down to the bottom here. These are my supporters. This is my cause. We're very small. There are only a few of us raising. I actually featured twice in this list. But you can see that these are the people who are raising. You've had some new supporters there. Kim has never raised. You can see the person at the end there has never raised. There could be a variety of reasons for that. It could be that they aren't sure how to use it actually, or just registered because you made them and didn't really understand it. So I'm going to give you a few tools to be able to reach out to people like Kim to help them, because I know who Kim is as it happens, and she's actually left our brand unit, and she's not going to raise for us anymore because she's no longer involved in that community. But you might not know who it is. It could be an extended supporter could belong to somebody else who you don't actually know and you can't actually speak to and say, can I show you how it works? Let me show you the app and I can show you how it works. So also to note here, Alex is our highest raising supporter there with £203 in the last 12 months. And that's because Alex is a business buyer. So she used to travel. So it was used to be that it was actually train tickets and overnight stays through booking.com, etc., that brought in her donations. Since she's been at home, it's taken a slight turn, but now I asked her what she's buying, and she's buying comfortable trousers and items for her well-being. Although recently she did buy an exercise bike, so maybe she's taking, I don't know, maybe she's got a different approach for the new year. But just goes to show what's achievable just from somebody who's actually buying for business. She claims all of her expenses back as you would normally. She loses nothing. The company that she's working for loses nothing. But your shed benefits, My Brownie Group benefits, because the retailers want to do that. So we know who's who. I'm going to take you back to the homepage by clicking on the logo. Now, there are two ways to get to the next area, which is our supporter communications area. It's a way of you speaking to your supporters in your own tone, saying what you want to say. You can do it in two ways. You can either go across this top bar here and see where it says My Causes. You can use this menu to go, if you've got more than one cause, you'd see them here. They would all sit here. And you can go over to Manage Supporter Communications there, click it, and these are messages that you can tailor to talk to your supporters about whatever you want to talk to them about. So there's 6 ways you can do, 6 different ones. You don't have to do them all. They're not very long. You can pick and choose what you want to say. So you can welcome a new supporter. So you could specifically tailor that message to say, thanks for joining Easy Fundraising. This is what we're using it for. You could put in maybe some of those sort of stories that we were talking about just now, like if we're featuring specific tools, make sure you check out the Easy Fundraising retailers, etc. So you could do all of that in your own tone of voice, and we will send that automatically on your behalf to the supporters who register as new supporters for you. Supporters first donation, same thing. You can say anything you like. I have done it. All I've said is thank you. Thank you for raising. But you can put anything you wanted. There's, as you can see, there's 500 characters there. So you can put anything you want to, every time a new supporter raises their first donation, we'll send it on your behalf to say, thanks very much. This is going to really make a difference to us. Thank you for donating. You can send that every time if you want to, or choose not to. When your cause gets paid is a really nice one to have live, because people love to see that they've actually got paid, and people love to be acknowledged for what they're doing, you know, for being involved in something. They want an acknowledgement, just because otherwise they might not know that it's doing anything, and then, well, you've got no motivation to do it really. So keeping them in the loop, keeping them informed, giving them a bit of a sort of metaphorical pat on the back, thanks so much, this is really working, is really key, and we know it makes a difference. The really useful one here is that keeping supporters raising one here, where if somebody has dropped off, you can tailor the message to say, we see you used to raise with Easy Fundraising. We're still very much using this as a fundraiser. Please keep raising. If you need any help, let us know. And then it gives them an opportunity of getting in touch if they were having some difficulties with using the site for whatever reason. Likely they just forgot. And so it's just a nice reminder that they can still help you for free, costing them nothing, just while they're sitting on the sofa making purchases for whatever they need to make. So, and the celebrating success one. So you can do all of those. The other way you can get there, I'm just going to show you, I'm going to go back to the home page, is we have an area down here where there's some tiles that will take you directly to sort of key areas. And you can do it there, send a personal message, you can get to it there as well. And that is how you chat to supporters. Any questions then?
No, we haven't got a question, but Gary on here did say apologies, he just missed a little bit of the webinar to take a phone call, but it was good news because they're receiving an £8,000 grant next week. So
oh my gosh,
I said we'll just about forgive him.
Oh, well, we'll have to. Oh, that is wonderful news. Congratulations, that's amazing. happy to share that on the on the session.
Absolutely.
Right, we're coming to an end, guys. 5 top tips. Sorry, we've gone right over. I do apologise. But it's great because it's great to have lots of questions and lots of enthusiasm, and that's brilliant. So 5 top tips: spread the word, use the tools in Promote My Cause. Don't forget other people can use them too. It's not all on one person. Spread the load. You've got people who really like chatting on social media, ask them to get on it. Anybody who wants to do some printing on the back, and we can put posters up on the back of doors, let's get them doing the printing for you. Ask your supporters to download the donation reminder. They won't miss any donations. Tell them about the app. You know, those sort of casual purchases that we're just making lightheartedly, they can be doing that and raising for you all at the same time. Identify if there's a possibility for somebody to be supporting you through their business buy-in. Think about that, always have that in the back of your mind. That's a really key way of boosting the donations you receive. Review your stats, you know, get an idea of who's raising, who's doing what. A lot of causes love a bit of competition. You can shout it out. Thanks so much to Ted, who's raised X amount this week. Wow, somebody's going on holiday, how lovely, or whatever it might be. Some causes really love that, and they really get behind that and do a sort of competition element. It gets quite competitive, but it's a bit of a laugh, and it's kind of fun. Any more questions?
We haven't got any more questions. There's just a lot of people saying thank you very much for the session. They're going to have to shoot off now.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you want me to just cover off very quickly. I've just done the random number generator. Easy
Definitely.
For me to say.
Let's have
our winner. Drum roll is Chris Manning from Sheddington.
Ooh, congratulations,
so Chris is our winner.
It would have been funny if it had been the shed with the grant, wouldn't it?
I don't know if it was. Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't Gary's one, unfortunately.
Right, guys,
you've already received it.
I can't thank you enough for coming along. Sorry it went over. I am going to launch my poll if I can. If you've got a minute just before you go, please give some feedback. We have loved offering this session for you, and we'd love to do more. So if you need anything, give us a shout.
And just one last thing I did answer, Roisin, that might be useful to other people on here. Alan discovered that there is already a shed registered for them, but they don't know who registered that, or it looks like it's inactive. I did say if that's the case, please drop us an email with your details, and we'll follow that up and get your admin changed over. Don't worry if you find that there is a shed already for you, we can sort that out for you.
Definitely, and I'll you'll have my email, so any questions, just send me an email. I'll sort it for you. We'll get you up and running. Thank you so much, guys, for attending.
And Chris hasn't won a prize since he was 6 at prep school.
Oh,
so there you go, Chris. Congratulations.
Oh, I'm glad. Yeah, we fixed that. Lotto now. Lotto next.
Yeah.
Lotto next, definitely. Thank you so much for taking part in the poll, guys. We wish you all the very best with your fundraising. We know these are difficult times. So, yeah, this is something that can just be ticking along in the background for you. Whilst you can't do anything else, at least you've got an online fundraiser rolling. And yeah, we hope it helps. We are nearly there, I think. Let's have a little look.
Send the feedback form. Somebody's just said the feedback form won't submit. If you click all the answers, it should allow you to submit it.
Oh, thanks, Ben. Let's have a look.
It won't let me as I'm a panelist.
Oh, we've had loads of feedback. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate that. Thank you. It really helps us to make sure that we're delivering something that's useful for you. We'll go back and we'll speak to Mensshed. We'll share this with them so that we can and make sure we're offering regular stuff like this for you that's useful. I might do an open floor session next time. You can just hit us with your questions.
we need to see people in their sheds. That would be quite good.
Oh yes, definitely. Although people do a live. In fact, I did see that one of the a local shed to me has come today. So Moseley and Kings Heath. I'm just up in North Birmingham in Great Barr. So I wish you the very best. Register and let's see what we can do. Right, guys. I think everybody who is still here has completed our poll, so I'm going to end that now.
So thank you. Jeff has just put a big thank you in the chat as well. Thank you for the advice from Dal Beatty Shed. So thank you very much.
Nice to see you again. Definitely. Thank you. Ben, thank you for managing the chat and everything. I'm going to say goodbye now. I've closed the poll, so we should be okay with that. You'll have my email. We'll send you out the recording so you can watch it again after. We wish you all the very best. Take care.
Brilliant. Thanks everyone.